NBA rumors. Pistons have explored Bojan Bogdanovic trade talks, but will he get dealt? The NBA trade deadline is fast approaching, and teams are busy exploring potential deals to improve their rosters. One team that has been involved in trade talks is the Detroit Pistons, who have reportedly been exploring the possibility of acquiring Bojan Bogdanovic from the Indiana Pacers. Bogdanovic has been a key player for the Pacers this season, averaging 17.8 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game. He is known for his scoring ability and has been a consistent performer for the Pacers. However, with the Pacers currently sitting in the middle of the Eastern Conference standings, there have been rumors that they may be open to trading Bogdanovic in order to shake up their roster and potentially acquire assets for the future. The Pistons, on the other hand, are in need of scoring help, and Bogdanovic could provide just that. With Blake Griffin sidelined due to injury, the Pistons have been struggling to find consistent scoring options, and adding a player like Bogdanovic could help address that issue. However, the question remains whether the Pistons will be able to pull off the trade for Bogdanovic. The Pacers are likely to demand a significant return for their leading scorer, and it remains to be seen whether the Pistons are willing to meet those demands. Additionally, the Pistons are currently sitting outside of the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference, and it's unclear whether they are willing to part with valuable assets in order to make a push for the postseason. Another factor to consider is Bogdanovic's contract situation. He is set to become a free agent at the end of the season, and any team looking to acquire him will need to consider whether they can re-sign him in the offseason. This adds another layer of complexity to any potential trade talks involving Bogdanovic. Ultimately, whether Bogdanovic gets dealt will come down to the willingness of the Pacers to part with him and the offers that the Pistons or any other interested teams are willing to make. As the trade deadline approaches, it will be interesting to see how the situation unfolds and whether Bogdanovic ends up being on the move. In the meantime, NBA fans will continue to monitor the latest rumors and speculation surrounding potential trades as teams look to improve their rosters for the stretch run of the season. The Detroit Pistons haven't exactly leveled up in 2023-24 the way optimists anticipated. As the February 8th trade deadline fast approaches with Detroit owning the worst record in the NBA, though, it's still unclear if management would rather act as sellers or buyers. Case in point, the uncertain status of Bojan Bogdanovic. Simple logic and basic prudence suggests Detroit should move Bogdanovic to a contender before the trade deadline, stocking its coffers with more draft assets while the veteran forward holds additional value with this season's playoff run and a final. Barely guaranteed on his existing contract remaining. But the Pistons' actual interest in trading him by the deadline is reportedly a matter of debate. Within league circles, the hope of avoiding the NBA record for most losses in a single season looming large in the front office's thought process. Word is that the Detroit Pistons, late in 2023 before the calendar flipped, did engage in some exploratory discussions with various teams about highly coveted veteran swingman Bojan Bogdanovic. Veteran League insider Mark Stein reported Tuesday. Whether the Pistons are actually willing to trade Bogdanovic before the February 8th buzzer, however, remains a matter of debate. Do the Pistons want to keep Bogdanovic for the rest of the season so he can help them try to scratch out 6 more wins and avoid further infamy after the Pistons recently established a new single-season league record for consecutive losses with 28?